Greetings YouTube, this is Toy Customizer Wakeangel2K1 and I found myself with a couple of days between commissions, so I decided to get to a personal project I've been sitting on since October. That's right, it's Aya from the Green Lantern animated series. I really do love the Green Lantern animated series, and I'm glad that it's back on TV. That hiatus was very frightening, because I thought they were going to replace it with How to Train Your Dragon, and that really sucked. Not that How to Train Your Dragon was necessarily a bad cartoon, it's just that they would think to use it to replace DC Nation. That's what sucks. But I really like Aya. She's my favorite character on the show. She kind of seems like a female Lieutenant Commander Data. And it's really cool, like, we actually were introduced to her before her final form. She started out as just the artificial intelligence for the ship and didn't actually make a body for herself until like the 5th episode or so. So we actually got to know her before she became a robot. Needless to say, when I found out that the Green Lantern cartoon wouldn't be getting a toy line, I felt that I had to personally undo this injustice. So the base figure for Aya is a DCUC Cheetah figure, which I found out after buying this figure that these guys can't really be dismantled. If there's a special technique to it, let me know, because the old canard of sticking it in a pot of boiling water really only got me about this far. And that's because I had to cut the tail off. Despite how it looks, the tail is not articulated where it joins into the butt. It's only articulated like halfway down, so you can change the direction that it points. So yeah, all I could remove was the arms. And, well, modding the arms just meant putting clay between the elbows and the hands to look like her bulged out forearms. And I did it in such that the figure's natural fingers stuck out. This does sacrifice the wrist articulation, but I think that for the look, it's okay. I mean, if I had the ability to put the wrist, cut new wrist joints into place based on the way that Aya's hand goes, like where I drew in that panel line, then it would be a different story, but, I'm just molding clay around the figure, not really going back to first principles on this. You see this thing? It's a Cerebro helmet from Professor X. The shape of it is very similar to Aya's helmet, and it did fit the cheetah head once I cut the ears off. The only problem is that it's very big and bulky. It looks, when I put it on the cheetah figure, it looked like a football helmet. It just didn't look like Aya. So, I left it in here because it was worth mentioning, but, I'm probably just gonna shelve this until I, make a Mega Man figure or something. Anyway, she came out much better with the clay molded head. The, only problem is when it came time to paint her green, I wanted her to be shiny because, robot, but my test store's gloss green is kind of too dark. Should have found a lighter shade of green. I don't know, maybe someday I'm going to find myself going over this figure again. I had to work on the rest of her body in one piece, which is especially awkward around the legs. Of course, beefed up to match her rounded boots. And then it's a paint job. I picked the cheetah figure for this because she's a very smooth figure that has almost no clothing elements sticking out, unlike, say, Dove or Star Sapphire, Wonder Woman, who would have costume elements that I would have to cut off. And when we see Aya, it's kind of a pretty risque outfit. I mean, it just goes to show what network censors can get away with when the character is a robot, huh? The shoulder pads were a unique challenge. I wanted to show the big shoulder pads like her character has, but I didn't want to sacrifice the outward flexibility of the shoulder joints. In the end, I ended up making them out of that white duct tape, the same thing I used to make Yuzo's coat, back when I made Yuzo. You remember Yuzo, right? So, thanks to the way that the figure can arch her back, she can actually approximate a pretty good fight pose. Although this picture is me tilting the camera, this is actually what it looks like. That's the Figma stand for my Samus. It doesn't have like a hook attachment, just a stick, peg. So she can balance on it like this, but if I try to make her go horizontal, she's just going to make the stand tip over. Might not happen if I had a hook attachment instead of just this peg. Oh well, so that's Green Lantern Aya. Really sad that there was no official release figure of her, but at least now I have one. And just to show you robot solidarity, here's a picture of her next to Stell, because I loves me some robot Green Lanterns. Okay, this is Toy Customizer Wakeangel 2001 signing off.